Hey guys, this is Shane, and today we're going to be talking about how to ship and package books for sale or resale on eBay using media mail, U.S. Postal Service media mail. I'm going to go over the kind of the major strategies you have, your supplies, things that I've found that really make it easy, make it safe, protects the books, and is cost effective. So with that, let's just jump right in. Kind of the supplies that you need. First things you need if you're shipping books is a nice digital scale. I got this on Amazon several years ago for ship for 20 or 25 bucks. It is accurate to like 1/10 of an ounce. This is the first thing you need. Now, you can buy them where they actually go into your label maker. I don't do that. I just weigh it and then enter it in on like the eBay sales screen. But this alone will save you effort, time, and money getting an accurate weight. The reason that's true is because on media mail, you pay by the pound. 1 pound or less as of today, February 2021. You can do 1 pound or less for $2.89. You can do 2 pounds or less for $3.45. Then for 3 pounds or less, that goes up to $4.01. So for example, you take just a regular book. This is a standard size, Blake Crouch, Dark Matter, if you hadn't read it, awesome book. You take a standard book, it's not super big, but this is just something, 350 pages, regular edition. This book is going to weigh 1.3 ounces. So you basically you're in this $3.45 range. That's the cheapest you're gonna go for the book itself. So that gives me 13 ounces to play with on shipping to stay in this cost range. So I look at this, I like this to know where your price points are. Every one goes up 50, 60 cents, from one tier to the next by weight on media mail with the post office. You think 50 cents, that doesn't matter. Well, if you're selling a $10 book, 50 cents is 5%. So you're swinging your potential profit at least 5%. So paying attention to this over time when you sell, 100 books, it makes a difference on your profit margins. So with that intro, you've got two major ways to ship books. One is in the poly bags, and the other is with boxes. I personally do not use poly bags. I started out that way. Anything that was ever damaged in shipment was due to the poly bag. And I, as a collector or as a book buyer, I hate when I get a book in the mail and it's just stuffed in a poly bag. Now, I know there's strategies to put things around the book inside the poly bag, but that starts to get into more effort for me. But people will take a book like this, they'll just stuff it in a poly bag, fold it over, tape it. You can get edge damages, corner damages. I don't like it. I've even had poly bags get cut on the conveyor belts, and people send me pictures where the bag was sliced into the hardcover of the book. That's why all the books I sell in my store, I use boxes for everything. So that kind of gets us into, that's what I'm going to be talking about, is how to ship with boxes, how to do that. You're trying to balance three things. You're trying to balance your cost. That's your total cost of shipping. That means the postal price and the supplies. You're trying to balance the security, the safety of the book, how to maintain its integrity and not damage the book, so reduce damage. And then you're trying to make it as easy as possible for your time. So those are the three things you're trying to balance. And I get it, poly bags can be cheaper. You can argue they're easier just throwing them in there, but the damage potential part of it just rules that out for me. So I use boxes. So what kind of boxes do you need? These, getting into the supplies. I personally use 2 boxes for probably 95% of my sales. The first is a 10 by 8 by 3. This is a great size. The other size is a 12 by 9 by 3. Again, I sell quite a few books, and 90%, maybe 95% of my books will fit in these 2 boxes. So you don't have to have a whole lot of boxes. Different styles or sizes, depending on what you sell, of course. So one thing when you look for is on a box, kind of it's an edge crush test. There's this 23 pound edge crush test, and then there's a thicker box that's a 32 pound ECT. For regular small books, I prefer the 23 because it is plenty safe. It offers support when you pack it. You still get the benefits of the box, but it reduces your weight. I usually just they're going to be usually cheaper as well. My sources for boxes, I will buy those on Amazon. I'll buy them on eBay. Typically something like Uline, their shipping is so expensive, it's no good. Every once in a while you can find like Staples or Office Depot. They'll be running a deal, buy one, get one free shipping over $50. I'll usually order these 100, 200 at a time. I've got easy storage space in my garage for these. My cost for a box is typically about 42 cents on this size. I actually would wish that they had some 2-inch ones, but it's funny, if you go to the 10 by 8 by 2 or the 12 by 9 by 2, the price goes up. They can be $1 a piece, 80 cents a piece. I typically try to keep my box cost and all of my supplies for shipping cost around 50 cents total. So I can typically find these in quantity of 100 in that 42 to 46 cents range. Sometimes a little cheaper, with free shipping. But that fits into what I charge. I charge $4 flat shipping rate on books. So the book, like we said, the Blake Crouch book that was a 1 pound, 3 ounce book, it's going to be in this 1 to 2 pound range anyway. So it's already $3.45, but I have 13 ounces. It will ship if we watch it. It will ship in a 10 by 8 by 3 box, and I'll do it later. But you can see that it fits completely over this book. This 10 by 8 by 3 box is only 4.8 ounces. That's 5 ounces. I had 13 ounces to play with before I go to the next price range. If I look at the weight of a 12 by 9 by 3, it is, this one is, make sure it's not on something. This one is a little over 6.1 ounces. So I have room for packing to keep it under that 2 pound limit. So boxes, those are my 2 primary boxes. It will handle paperbacks, books like this. Now, a bigger book like this reproduction Montgomery Ward catalog, it's not going to fit in the 10 by 8 by 3, but it will fit in this 12 by 9 by 3. If I put it over it, it's completely over it. So you can see that's a pretty large size book that's going to fit in that 12 by 9 by 3. You can see how that covers a lot. Now, what if you have a bigger book? I got this kind of coffee table book. Now in that case, what I go with is a flat mailer. I keep some of these. eBay, I actually had emailed the eBay packaging store because we get credits in our store, and asked them about flat boxes, and shortly after they added this one. And this is a 12 by 12, a multi-fold box. A lot of times the multi-fold boxes, if you buy them, they're more expensive. But one like this, and I'll show you how I wrap it later, but it has so much real estate with 12 by 12. You can see it fits in there, you can wrap it, then fold around it, and it's safe. So that's kind of the boxes. The two that I pick have some of these flat ones. I will keep a larger box, 12 by 8 by 3, some of these. So this is eBay box I got in my store as part of my material supply credit. In case I sell sets, I like to have a few of these. Packing the boxes, I love newsprint. If I travel, if I'm getting to USA Today, I'll save these, I use these. The other is tissue paper. You can get tissue paper, something like at Costco around Christmas. It's like $6 or $7 for a lot of sheets. Also, there's tissue paper in the eBay store, in the shipping credits that you get if you have a store quarterly. It has eBay on it. I'll load up on that, once, every 6 months or so. That's what I'll spend all my credit on, is tissue paper. And then every once in a while, like I ran into some packing material. at a thrift store for a couple of bucks. And if I see something like that, obviously I pick that up. So again, keeping your costs down. Tape. You gotta have tape to tape the boxes, right? You know, you can use a transparent tape, like a duct tape or something like that, that's fine. But again, if you've got your eBay store supplies, you can buy the eBay tape or get this as part of your free materials. That's what I do. I will tell you a little trick I use. On this tape, like duct tape, you know, this is the Duck brand. It'll come with its own little dispenser. It's horrible. This tape is thin. It folds back in and glues to itself. I hate it. But Scotch tape, I found that the Scotch tape holder is the best. The way the teeth are, it holds the tape. Doesn't matter how thin the tape is. So I've got a couple of these that I bought years ago, excuse me, of the Scotch tape. The Scotch tape's long gone, but I kept the holder and use it because I love the way, you know, some people use the big tape guns. I love the way this holder does. So that's another one of my, I guess a little trick that I use that makes my life easier. So with that, let me show you how I wrap books. All right. So let's start off with this 12 by 9 by 3. Stand up here and I'll show you. First thing I do, take my 12 by 9 3. Here's the big book. I'll make sure that it's going to fit. It does. All right. So I basically take the bottom of the book, put a little piece of tape on one side, a little piece of tape on the other side. Then I'll put one, depending on the weight of the book, 2 pieces of tape on the box. All right, that's the start of the box. Then I'll take my newsprint, my tissue paper, whatever I'm using. Depending on how heavy it is, if it's newsprint, I'll take 1 piece. If it's tissue paper, I'll take 2 pieces. Put it in. I fold, and then on this stage, what I do is I fold under, and there's a reason I fold under. The reason is to put extra, especially if I'm using 2 sheets, that puts a little extra there. I put it straight down in the box. Okay, so now it's cradled. Do I stop? No. What I do is I'll take these and I'll do them into sheets like this. I try to put it around the edges, wedging it in. Do a couple of those. Do it on the other side. That way it gives it a cushion around the book. Make sure you don't bend down onto the dust jackets if they have them. Then I'll take a couple tape pieces, wad them up like this, and put on top. So I'll show you. Now I've got this book that's in. It has the protection around the sides, and then these go on top. I fold down. You can feel it getting tight. But then before I tape, I always hold it and I shake it and make sure that it's sturdy, because in shipment it'll go around. That's where you get damages. At that point, again, I'll put small pieces on the corner to give me something to hold my tape to. Then one, depending on the quality of my tape, I may put a second one. That box is ready to weigh and print out my shipping label, put the shipping label right on top. This book turns out to be totally shipped just under 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 15 ounces. So I'm going to stay in that price zone. All right, let's do, let me show you another one with the 10 by 8 by 3s. Let's say I'd sold a couple paperbacks. Again, I'll start off this way. See how that Scotch tape holder does? It holds it perfect. All right. Now look at this. Look what's interesting here. With a 10 by 8 by 3, you can take a paperback and you can put a couple paperbacks there, and you have enough room to actually, you could put 4 paperbacks in a 10 by 8 by 3. Or a book like this, Trees as Good Citizens. It's a little bit smaller. The dark matter book will fit in here as well. If you look, see, it's going to fit. Or something a little smaller. still, you know, a full-size book. Fits in and gives you more space. So on this one, let's use tissue paper. And I'll just show you what I mean by taking the 2 sheets of tissue paper. I take 2, maybe 3 sheets. I like this because then I fold it all under, and that gives me extra padding with the paper on the bottom side, okay? So the bottoms goes in. Now see all that, if you don't put it around the edges, hear it? But then you take the tissue paper. I actually prefer the newsprint, but you know, it's harder to get nobody gets newspaper anymore. So I'm taking this and I'm going around the edges, the ends. And you see how I did there? Now it's not moving around. Take a couple sheets. So you can see how it's totally packed now. Take a couple sheets, put it on top, fold it, check it. Hey, that thing is solid. Now I am ready to do my final tape. That one's ready for a label. All right, let's look at this big boy. Gotta have a big box for this. That's where I love these multi-fold flat ones. So, same way. I'll take a couple of sheets of tissue paper. Maybe this one I'll take 3. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to protect the dust jacket and the corners, right? So again, fold it like this. Then go under like this. Now, it goes in and you can see, you know, you take that and you fold it down. It just goes right on top. You hold. Now sometimes I might put a little piece of paper on the edges to keep it. Most of the time you don't need it. Hold it this way. I would use these boxes like this more, but they tend to be more expensive. See? Nice, nice. Holds it, has room around the corners. Again, I'll put some tape to hold it. And then I go all the way around. It's just how I do it, just so the tape doesn't hold or doesn't go. On these as well, just because they're kind of spring loaded, I typically put some tape on the edges of these. There, just to keep gaps, just keep it tight on the book so it doesn't slide around. It's ready. Got a little lip there. I usually put the label on the flat side. That's it. That's how I ship books. It's I keep my cost, typically any of my boxes, my tape costs between what I pay for it and what I get for free on the eBay stores as part of my subscription. I guess it's not free, it's just a benefit of your subscription. I will keep my costs for supplies under 50 cents. If I'm shipping media mail, a regular size book I've only got, it's $3.45, so my total cost is under $4. I charge a flat $4 shipping. If it's a really heavy book, I might charge $5 or do a calculated price. But the great thing too about media mail is that it doesn't matter where you're shipping in the United States, it's all the same cost. You don't get all this zone stuff like you do with priority. Best value in town. So that's it. I hope you found that to be useful. Remember, balance how secure you have the book, the cost effectiveness of your strategy and all your supplies, and then how much time it takes you to do it. So that's how I do it. Be interested to know how you do it, what you find. Look forward to comments, and hopefully found that helpful. And hey, we'll be talking about books and book finds, book hauls, so subscribe. Who knows what we might find. So, all right, with that, talk to you later. Have a good one.